Welcome back to my studio. It's Carol Martine, playing with paper. I've decided when I woke up today that I really would like to do a mixed media journal page. And then I went through my mind about which journal, which place, how, when, where, and all of a sudden I decided that I would like to try using a piece of my large watercolor paper, and I'm referring to the Canson watercolor paper, 140-pound cold pressed paper, and it's the rather large one. It's called their extra large. So I decided to try folding it to make it more doable for me. I like large, but not all the time. And I also like the idea of having a piece of paper that I'm working on, playing on, enjoying myself with, that doesn't become overwhelming because of size. So I ended up creating this little fold and cut paper, which of course is mimicking the large piece of watercolor paper. So I thought I'd share with you, with trial and error, how I got to this point. I have my demonstration sheet here, and I'm going to take my time explaining for those of you who are interested in doing this. If you are not, please fast forward to the actual working on a journal page that I have created. First step is to fold this piece of paper in half the long way. And of course, when using the larger watercolor paper, you would need a bone folder. This is not necessary on a piece of printer paper. So, folding once the long way, folding that in half, and if you'll notice, I'm keeping the folded edge up to remind myself that that is probably the most important little aspect of this fold. Folding again in half. Okay, so now we have quarters. Folding one more time in half. And this time I'm going to employ the bone folder. So, now we have our large sheet of watercolor paper folded into 8 sections on the front and 8 on the back. Okay, fold again is up. Now, I'm going to fold this one in. In other words, this is our center. This is our center fold, so that'll be the center of our journal. This one will fold in, and this one will fold back on itself to the center. This is the second important step to remember. The first one was to keep the fold at the top. Divide your paper into 8 equal sections. Fold the 2 ends in towards the center, and the one end, of course, is going to have to get folded back on itself. If you fold it closed now, you have the makings of your little book. So we open, and we are going to cut On the right side, we're going to cut across one section. This is going to be cut. And then from the opposite side, in, across two to the center, and we're going to cut on this line. I know that many of the teachers on YouTube have other ways of doing this, and they are certainly more knowledgeable and experienced than I am, but this is going to be Carol's method. Okay, that's it. Mission accomplished. The one fold that is left is right here, and of course it's going to be at the top. This one is going to fold in. This one is going to fold in. The book is going to fold up. That leaves us with many options. We can work on the cover if that's what we want to do. We could work on a double spread cover by opening the flap. We have many options. In fact, on the inside, we have one tall double spread. So, let me show you what this looks like on an actual piece of watercolor paper. Okay, we have our full sheet. We have our full sheet folded in half. We have that folded in half. We have that folded in half. And here we have our 8 sides. Here, we must remember to keep the fold up. And when we open our large spread up, we cut one block on the right side and 2 blocks horizontally on the left side, and mission accomplished. I am, however, going to tell you that there is a slight difference. Of course, when you work with a piece of printer paper and this heavy cold pressed watercolor paper, in order to make the book, journal, lie nice and flat, you're going to want to trim off the short side on both sides in order to ease it back and permit it to have room to breathe, as I said to myself when I trimmed, so that when you fold it in upon itself, it will lie reasonably flat. If you do it first on a piece of paper, you always have your pattern available. Alrighty. And if you mark it the way I did, you'll remember that the right side gets 1 width cut open on the fold, and the left side gets 2 widths cut open on the fold. And of course, you're maintaining your foldability, but you're not separating the pages by maintaining this fold at the top here. So, the 2 things that require some remembering will be folding the outside fold. In other words, when we originally folded it, it was like this, and they were both going cattywampus. So this one would have worked fine. So this one had to be folded back on itself. And the second thing, of course, is where to make your cuts. I hope that this very simplistic example will be a benefit to you. If not, please just speed through this section and go on to the next bit that I'm going to do, because I have some delicious looking napkins that I'm just looking forward to applying and then having fun with my paints and my stencils and just enjoying experimenting with my new toy. If you are enjoying this process, please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and I would appreciate it if you would subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much. I'm going to begin now with the next section of this video. Bye.